Hi, I am Professor Amitabh Banerjee. I have been an epidemiologist in the armed forces and I have served in various parts of the country as an epidemiologist. And today I read a news item, somebody forwarded something about the Japanese encephalitis. So I'll be talking about the epidemiology of Japanese encephalitis, and what struck me as unusual was the news that in urban Pune, I am in Pune, uh, over 1 lakh children have been vaccinated with JE vaccine, Japanese encephalitis vaccine. I found this a bit, I mean, Japanese encephalitis is a serious infection. I agree that, and I have served in a endemic area of Japanese encephalitis when I was in the armed forces. That was the Burdwan district. So I will be telling you some outline of the way it is transmitted and who are the people, the population which is at risk. It is a virus which is transmitted by a mosquito. That is the Culex mosquito, Culex tritineorhynchus, Culex visnohi, Culex jellyjus. These are some of the species. Basically, these mosquitoes are breeding in the rice fields where there is paddy cultivation, rice cultivation. So this is basically a rural disease. So those who work in the rice fields or the villages where there is a paddy cultivation, so the states like Assam, Northeast, Manipur, Uttar Pradesh, Gorakhpur district is a very high risk area. Every year there are outbreaks in Gorakhpur. I opened the latest textbook also on epidemiology of Japanese encephalitis as per the textbook of and taken from a government source, which are the states which are having the high endemicity of Japanese encephalitis. You see, these are some of the states: Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Manipur, Meghalaya, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Tripura, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. I don't find the state Maharashtra in this. So this surprised me. Firstly, I will just complete the epidemiology of the virus. It is transmitted by mosquito, and it is basically a animal reservoir, zoonosis. It is from animals, and the mosquitoes, the virus circulates in the animals, that mostly pigs, and the pigs do not suffer from the infection. They are asymptomatic. But the virus multiplies in that. Therefore, the pigs are called amplifier host, amplifier. The viral load increase in the pigs, but they do not suffer. And from mosquito transmit from pig to pig to pig. So among the pigs, and sometimes those who are in close proximity with this animal, particularly rural areas, a infected mosquito from the pig may sometimes bite a human being and transmit the virus. And in humans also, the rate of disease is less. 1 is to 250. 250 people may be subclinical and one will suffer from the disease. And disease can be quite serious, particularly in children 1 to 15 years, up to 15 years. They can develop virus, those who get the disease. As I said, most will be subclinical. So in a village of say 1,000 or in a village of 500,000, there may be 2-3 cases. You don't have clusters of cases because 1 in 250 is the ratio. For one case, there will be 250. So in a village, there may be 3-4 cases, and then there may be in the next village. So it doesn't overwhelm the hospital services, but it can be serious for the person who gets the viral load and they get the fever, headache, malaise, and it can affect the brain and central nervous system and neck rigidity and all, and the mortality can be high. That is true. For those who get the disease, it can be quite high, almost 10 to 20%, 30%. And then those who recover, they may have residual paralysis or some compromise of your central nervous system, brain, nerves, paralysis. So it can be quite a serious disease, but there are certain belts. So in public health, you have to see the epidemiology, and vaccine is available, and definitely vaccine is required for those at risk, those who are in the rural belt. And they have identified the belts. And as I said, in Uttar Pradesh, Gorakhpur or Assam and other places, definitely in rural areas, uh, vaccination can prevent a serious disease, but it has to be very targeted. What surprised me was I did not see, and as I said, these are pigs and mosquito, and man is accidental, and there is no transmission from human to human, because in the human the virus is not in the blood for long. It affects the brain and other things, CSF, but there is it's a dead end. When the human is infected, it's a dead end. So it doesn't, the human being, infected human being or sick human being also will not transmit to anyone in the community. So there is no way कि I am taking vaccine to prevent the next person. No, because it doesn't transmit from human to human. So then other pigs, as I said, animals may pigs, and sometimes the birds, ardid birds. These are the water birds, pond herons, ardid birds, um, ducks type of birds. So those are the actual host, and it may also infect the cattle also. Cattle also do not suffer, but they can disperse. Cows, cattle, herd. So it is like that, but they don't suffer. Only animal which can suffer from the disease is horses, ghora, but that is again dead end. So basically, you have to, as I said, you have to use targeted vaccination in the rural areas, and you should have a mapping of the epidemiology. If you think that this place like Maharashtra has not reported, particularly urban area, urban Maharashtra, I'm surprised why they have vaccinated 1 lakh. So they should have some baseline data. Have there been some cases? Even if the cases have, then it is very unlikely the case could have been contacted in urban area. The person might have gone to rural area and come back. That also no report is there in the public domain. There have been some deaths from Japanese encephalitis. The whole environment is not there for transmission of Japanese encephalitis in the urban area. It is a rural disease where the rice fields are there, mosquito, particular mosquito species which breeds in the rice fields, and lot of pigs are there. So that is a bit surprising that we should use our public health resources very judiciously. I mean, 1 lakh, and they plan to include it in the universal immunization program in Maharashtra in urban areas. I just cannot understand the science behind it or the common sense behind it. It is just like I just fail to understand. I mean, there may be vaccine which may be required in the highly endemic area, like Uttar Pradesh or Gorakhpur or the wherever the rural areas are there. Why we are giving it in a urban area and school children in urban area, those who are not at all at risk of, or they should establish the evidence. They should do a sero survey among some sample. Yes, there are some IgG antibodies are there, that without anything, just giving it across the board in such a large country with so much expense. I mean, it's a strong weapon. Vaccine is a very strong weapon, like the guns and ammunition in war. You don't start expanding the ammunition where there is no enemy. You don't start bombing haphazardly. You preserve it for the enemy when there's an attack. So similarly, in the fight against disease, we should have the intelligence, the inputs, and then target. Yeah. So I am just trying to search the literature कि urban area में कैसे आ गया भाई Japanese encephalitis, and why at a such large scale vaccination 1 lakh. I mean, something which is so. I would be happy if someone gives me answers, some inputs. So that's all I had to convey today. So thank you.